All right, guys. Now, guys, remember, like, if you're LGBTQ and you have all these, there's creators. I mean, they do allow right now, so they do allow creators to say negative things about LGBTQ and all that, and they do allow creators to have that platform, and that's, whatever. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, you don't have to take it personally or anything. I mean, but the thing that I don't understand, like, I never really see. I mean, there are people I'm sure that say, I mean, well, I defend it all the time, and people that defend it, defend, how we are treated by certain creators and stuff like that. I just feel like, how can your platform be about, like, that's why I don't understand it, right? Like, how can your platform be about hating a group or not wanting them to be themselves when people are just who they are and they can't change it, right? It's not like you control whether you're LGBTQ or not, right? So I feel like it's silly that there's even channels that talk negatively about LGBTQ because, I mean, people that are LGBTQ can control it, right? But anyway, I just feel like it's silly, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like why would there be even an issue with it? And why are there platforms allowed to hate on that or to say negative things when our platforms, and some of our platforms maybe are saying negative things about them. But I just feel like, if you're targeting someone and that's all your platform is about, isn't that like spewing hate? I just feel like, I mean, I'm not going to judge. I don't know what they're going through. But I mean, some of them are legitimately concerned about certain things. Some things are, you don't want people to detransition. You don't want kids to be, totally immersed in transgender culture all the time if they're confused about it, right? But I just feel like, at the end of the day, I mean, yes, I mean, some things are okay, sports, I mean, to some extent, sports having athletes that are men competing against women. I mean, yes, at the end of the day, the men are going to be stronger, so why are women having to deal with that, right? And, I mean, there are some concerns with transgender people in the washroom. I mean, I can see how that could be, but I have transgender people in my washroom too, like I'm a guy, right? As a guy, I have, and I don't even care, right? Like, I mean, some of these things are like, we have things in place to protect people and to protect situations. So to have all these things be a concern, I just feel like it's silly. But some of those things can be a concern, having your kid totally, and I think kids should learn about LGBTQ. And I think it's important that they do. And I mean, I think it's also important that they know that if they're trans, they can go ahead with it, the transformation. But I think they should be told, to do the transformation when they're older, right? Because I mean, when you're a kid, you don't have to worry about detransition. You might have a totally different mindset when you're young, and you shouldn't have to worry about detransition when you get older. But I mean, for some of the things, I just feel like, like I said, there is a reason why there has to be some backlash because we can't let everybody be transgender. But I think for the most part, many people don't feel transgender, right? So it's not like they have to, make it a strong, stern stance on it. But I mean, yes, I mean, some people might get confused, and that makes sense. Or some children might get confused. So yeah, I mean, we don't want people to get confused. But in general, I think the way the world's working now, I mean, it could work. I mean, I think, people just have to realize that if they don't believe in something, they don't have to take part.